I move for adoption at third reading an ordinance to approve the Greenville County Land Development Regulations for the County of Greenville, South Carolina, providing for the administration, enforcement, and amendment thereof in accordance with the provisions of the South Carolina Planning Enabling Act of 1994, South Carolina Code, and Title 6, Chapter 29.
Thank you, Mr. Dill. Let the motion move forward. Any discussion? Mr. Ballard.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I listened to the discussion tonight, one thing that I want to make sure that is clearly understood, the land development regulations are not zoning. The development regulations have to do with how a property is developed, not zoning determines what type of property is developed. And sometimes those get confused. The other point I'd like to make, we've heard some specific concerns about various aspects of the LDRs. We have in place at council the opportunity to amend ordinances, regulations, rules, and I would much prefer to pass the LDRs as they're presented. And if we have specific items in the LDRs that need to be addressed, we can address them through the amendment process, the same as we're doing right now with the false alarm ordinance in the county. That's my input. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Anybody else? I'll stick my neck out to say a few things here. I live in a similar area over on the other side of Fountain Inn, Simpsonville, in District 27, and our citizens over there have been grappling with a lot of the same issues. I know where you're coming from, and that's where my heart is too. I live on a little farm, got a few cows, and I want it to stay that way. But we got to really realize what this LDR is and what it isn't. It's not a managed growth plan. It's not a comp plan. It's not an area plan. It's not a zoning document. All it does is set the standards and guidelines for the process of development of land in Greenville County that includes measures to avoid adverse impacts such as stormwater, floodplain encroachments, and other infrastructure. And with the LDR that we're operating on right now is 12 years old. There are a lot of loopholes in it. There's a lot of deficiencies in it. This is a whole lot better than the one we've been operating on. It's a step forward, and it's not the end of anything. It's the beginning of a new process. It's a starting point, really, like Mr. Ballard said. It can be improved. It doesn't stop right here. And if you get the same kind of passion and keep this group together, and you can control your own destiny in that part of the county. And there's room for all kinds of developments in the county. We try to encourage higher density development to go closer into towns and cities where there is infrastructure already in place. We try to discourage development from going into the outlying areas where they have to bring the roads and all that stuff to them. We don't control everything. We don't control where they put schools because we got no control over the school district. We don't control REWA. It's a regional organization set up under state law by the state government. We don't appoint those commissioners. We can't tell them to stop or start anything. They don't really have to abide by our comprehensive plan. You got the courts to go if you want to follow that route, but it's better to try to work things out and get involved with people and everybody move forward together. But this is a big step forward. It's a lot better than the old plan. I hope we go ahead with it tonight and we continue to make improvements in creating the kind of areas that we want to have and want to live in and our kids live in. And by refusing to adopt this tonight is not the way to do that. This doesn't determine what kind of property can be developed. whether new subdivisions can come in. You need to get involved in area planning process. Comprehensive plan is just a guideline. It really doesn't have any teeth because state law says it doesn't have any teeth. We do the best we can at the county. Planning Commission looks at these things and tries to make decisions based on the guidance they receive from the comprehensive plan. You can do area plans and corridor studies that do have a little more teeth in them, and I encourage you to look at that. And I know a lot of your area is unzoned down that way. That's an open door for any kind of development, whether you think of it or not. LDR is not going to stop adverse types of development that you don't want in there. Zoning will give you a lot more control, but if you don't want zoning, that's fine. Use your area plans and your comp plans, those kind of things, but keep moving forward. This is not the end, and I think everybody here wants to help you create and keep the kind of community you have. I certainly do. But stopping this tonight is not the way to do it, so I'm going to have to vote in favor of it. Okay, any further comments? Mr. Payne.
Mr. Chairman, I think that your comments and the points that you made, and they're absolutely true, and y'all need to listen and understand what Mr. Kirby said, and also what my colleague Mr. Ballard has said, because both of those points are made. There are a couple of issues that were raised that I would like to address, and one is that there wasn't opportunity for citizen input. There's always opportunity for citizen input in so many ways. I mean, you can come to our planning and development committee meetings, you can come to the public works and infrastructure meetings, you can come to the planning commission meetings at any time that you have questions or concerns. And one of the things that somebody said is there was no citizen input. Our staff were citizens. They live in the county. They want clean air, clean water, good regulations, and they work hard to do that. All the people that represent these other entities that work, they are experts in certain areas, and that's a good thing because we get their perspectives of experts. But the truth is, everybody's viewpoint is important, and you can listen. You can come and share your ideas at any point. So I just want to make that point. It's not that citizens weren't included. You may not have been included, but there are opportunities for you to do that, and I encourage you to do that as you have now and as we go forward. Thank you, Chair.
Any more comments from council members before we proceed to the vote? Hearing none, all those in favor of the ordinance at third reading, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and it's done at third reading. Now we have another item at third reading, Anderson Greenville